never stiz out. Rapping till we drizz out. So low D, I be rapping with this hip hop. Throw them fins up, throw them fins up, hit, throw them fins up, throw them fins up, hit, throw them fins up, throw them fins up, hit.
This the new era and we back up in the mix.
Throw them fins up, throw them fins up, hit, throw them fins up, throw them fins up, hit, throw them fins up, throw them fins up, hit.
This the new era and we back up in the mix.
It's the new era and we back up in the mix. Ain't no more relying on fits. It's time for Tua to get us lit. That's why we got Waddle at 6 and Jalen Phillips is a brick. At 36 we got Javon Hollins, Madden hit stick. Eichenberg protecting hips, 2 whole years and he ain't slipped. Hunter Long, he got that gritter, triple threat, he so legit. Larnell Coleman, Jared Dokes, the 7th round was such a gift. That's why we toast, that's why we sip, that's why we reppin' MSM. Miami sports music, don't confuse it, don't abuse it. Unless you want a new contusion, real talk, ain't no illusion. Solo D started a movement, MSM the institution. TD Fins the contribution, yeah we started a new unit.
Throw them fins up, throw them fins up, hit, throw them fins up, throw them fins up, hit, throw them fins up, throw them fins up, hit.
This the new era and we back up in the mix.
Throw them fins up, throw them fins up, hit, throw them fins up, throw them fins up, hit, throw them fins up, throw them fins up, hit.
This the new era and we back up in the mix.
MIAMIDOLPHINs, where do I begin? I've been rapping since a kid. If you rapping, then we can.
TWA, if you rapping, then we can.
Welcome to Persian. We asking what would Shula do? He would take the narrative and spin it like a hula hoop. He say let it Coach Flow. Coach Flow gon' do his thing and he gon' bring it to it in and to it. Come and change the game. Watch the squad ball out. Got the fans all excited. Coolers out. Grills on. Got the tailgate ignited. It's the Aqua One Society. They know we stay united. DWA. We be down and start a riot. Throw them fins up. Throw them fins up. Hit. Throw them fins up. Throw them fins up. Hit. Throw them fins up. Throw them fins up. Hit.
This the new era and we back up in the mix.
Throw them fins up. Throw them fins up. Hit. Throw them fins up. Throw them fins up. Hit. Throw them fins up. Throw them fins up. Hit.
This the new era and we back up in the mix.
Who that?
So low, so low, so low D.
Who?
So low, so low, so low D.
Yeah. Hey, TD Fins. They know it's coming. Yeah.
This the new era, and we back up in the mix. Ain't no more relying on fits. It's time for Tua to get us lit. That's why we got Waddle at 6 and Jalen Phillips is a brick. At 36, we got Javon Hollins, Madden hit stick. Eichenberg protecting hips, 2 whole years and he ain't slipped. Hunter Long, he got that grit, a triple threat. He's so legit. Larnell Coleman, Jared Dokes, the 7th round was such a gift. That's why we toast. That's why we sip. That's why we repping MSM. Miami sports music. Don't confuse it. Don't abuse it. Unless you want a new contusion. Real talk ain't no illusion. Solo D started a movement. MSM is the institution. TD Fins the contribution. And we started a new union. Throw them fins up, ladies and gentlemen. It is the opening week up for the NFL, and it is about to go down. The Miami Dolphins, the beginning of the dynasty starts right here, ladies and gentlemen. I know we said that so many times in the past, but listen, the time is now. There will be no better time. There will be no better time. The time is now. Okay, this is the time to get it done. The Miami Dolphins are about to build the dynasty that we've been waiting on for so long. Haters gonna hate. They gonna do their job. We accept that. But we just got to go show up, show out, do our thing, and reign victorious. What's up, everybody? I see y'all in the comment section. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. We want to have some fun tonight. We're going to let you all come on the screen tonight if you want to join the panel. We're going to have a productive show. We're going to talk some of the things. I want to hear from some of you all tonight. What do you expect in this game? What do you expect for the season? What do you project from our quarterback, from our rookies? All that good stuff, defense, everything, man. Before we get started, I got to give a special shout out to the members of the channel. Shout out to every single one of you all. Thank you for your dedicated monthly contribution to the channel. Shout out to the mod squad, always taking their valuable time, looking out for the comment section and doing it responsibly, making sure that we don't have any disrespect and we keep the conversation fair in the comment section. Appreciate y'all so much. Thank you to every subscriber that has made this channel bigger and better every single day, every single week. I mean, literally, we are at 17,500 and something. I mean, we're probably more than that. That's off the top of my head. We're doing big things. We're going to continue to do big things. Shout out to the homie Pure Fans, man, always hooking his boy up with the latest gear and Dolphins. I appreciate you, man. Oh, and I got, you already know what I got for you. All right. I'm gonna actually put that in the mail either tomorrow or Monday. All right. All right. Listen, man, y'all hit that like button on your way in. We got 150 people watching right now, only 84 likes. The 5 haters have showed up, so we appreciate their contribution to hitting the dislike button, because at least we get some contribution from them. Okay. At least YouTube knows that we have interaction. We got people that like it. We got people that dislike it. Appreciate you, haters. Love you so much. Please stick around. Well, I ain't got to ask you to. That's what a hater does. All right. They don't like you, but they stick around. Y'all hit that like button. Let's get 100 likes real quick, man. Drown the haters out. All right. But listen, y'all, we're about to get into it. I'm about to, give a little quick monologue. Give a quick monologue, and then I'm going to bring people on so we can have some conversations. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in. All right. I'm going to dive in. But before we do, one last thing. Okay. TD has partnered this year with WINVIEW Gaming. Okay. We're actually not going to do the launch this week. We've decided to move it to next week. But at the same token, I still want y'all to become my friend in WINVIEW Gaming. I want you to join my league in WINVIEW Gaming. They have free games where you can win real money and different things like that. So check it out. When you go to WINVIEW Gaming, make sure you go to winview.tv/FinsTalk. All right. That is the promo code. Like I told y'all before, they have free games where you can actually get win free vouchers into money games where you can win real money. Now, if you're not the biggest gambler like me, join those free games. If you are a big money, individual, hold off, because they're about to have a match of $200 bonus when you first sign off. So if you're one of those big money people, that ain't me, but if you're one of them big money people, hold off for a little. I'll let you know once they have that $200 match promotion, so you can take advantage of that, man. I want you to get as much as you can. All right. All right. So make sure y'all check that out. WINVIEW Gaming. All right. We got quite a few sponsors this year that we've partnered with. That is our main sponsor. So you're going to hear me mentioning them a lot, because they allow us to play a game within the game. So it's going to be pretty exciting. They're definitely helping me take TDPHINSTALK to a whole nother level, especially from a monetary standpoint. So thank you all so much for supporting it. And again, check it out. WINVIEW Gaming /FinsTalk. I was about to say TDPHINSTALK, but /FinsTalk. All right. All right, man. Let's get down to business. Let's get down to talking about them Dolphins, right? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to a point in time where enough is enough. We have a different era of Dolphin fans. We got old head Dolphin fans that I respect more than any Dolphin fans who were alive to witness the 72 Dolphins. Congratulations to them. I'm jealous of them in a healthy way, but I'm jealous of them. Then we have a group of Dolphins that at least got to just really enjoy the Dan Marino era. And I was young. I remember the Dan Marino era. I didn't enjoy it because I was too young to understand it. Little boy sitting in my living room watching Dan Marino just connect all the time. It would look good, but I didn't understand the importance of enjoying it. So I'm jealous of those who at least got to see Dan Marino and the Dolphins at that time going to the playoffs, making it to a Super Bowl and losing, but at least you got to see some success. But then you have what I believe is a large, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, the largest percentage of the fan base, and my demographics back this up. You know, I have demographics on all the stats of age groups of people who view the channel. It's the same as the Dolphin fans. The largest group of Dolphin fans are between kids. Really, the largest group starts at around 16 to about 40 years old. 16 to 40. The biggest chunk of Dolphin fans, current fans. But we, as Dolphin fans, between that age of 16 and 40, we don't know what real success looks like. Again, some of us was young. Some of us may be late teens and had a little better grasp, but to see Marino, but no. Somebody said, man, I just missed. I'm 42. 42? Yeah, you at least got to see the Marino era and understand it. But 16 to 40, and I got to be honest with you, it's really like 16 to 38. If I'm going to be precise, it's like 16 to 38 in that range. I just went 40 to make it an even number, but 16 to about 38, that's it right there. That's it right there. I'm 36. We don't know what success looks like. We don't know, we never felt that feeling of we just made the playoffs. We just won the first round. We don't know that feeling. The closest feeling we had of that was over 21 years ago, and you couldn't enjoy it then. You couldn't enjoy it then. Because you didn't know what you were really enjoying. We're lost. We're lost. We've been loyal to a cheater. I mean, we can use some analogies. We just been the most loyal. Just, it don't matter. Like every year, we just been loyal. We're not the ones that's going to lead this relationship. Till death do us part. We stood on the altar and said our vows, customized them, fell in love. But if you're 16 to 38, you don't know what success feels like. You've never been treated the way you've treated. You've been so good in the relationship, but treated so bad. It's almost like they don't deserve you, but you love them. You love them. You can't live without them. And you're just waiting on them to change their life. You're waiting on them to do better. He's changed. She's changed. Not the same person anymore. You're waiting on them. You're giving them every excuse. Every year they spit in your face, but you love them. I know, because I'm a victim. And I still ain't going to lead a relationship because I love them. It's my team. It's the process of building something and seeing it work. We've just had a lot of bad relationships. We've had a lot of bad relationships, just in and out, in and out, in and out. Oh my gosh. And now we finally start dating, and we finally get in a relationship where it started out better than any relationship you've ever been involved with. I mean, they open the car door for you for the ladies. You know, they check on you for the guys, you know. They call you all the time. You know, they draft for the right players for you. They send you little heart emojis. For the first time, you feel like you got a partner that's matching your energy. You done got us the right coach. Oh, the GM is just lovable. They bring in what many feel is the franchise quarterback. They get the weapons. They bring the defense against all the people trying to ruin the relationship. They find, man, this is the one. I'm about to drop down on one knee and propose. But before you propose, they got to meet your parents. They got to meet your whole family. Your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your uncles, your aunties, blah, blah, blah. And on Sunday, they get to meet our brother, the New England Patriots. They get to meet our brother. And what we need to do in this relationship is go in there together and show that we are all one. Period. Our brother gonna hate on us. He don't like me in a relationship. Brother's gonna hate. He gonna be like, oh, that ain't the right one for you, but we gotta prove it. We gotta get the job done. That's why on Sunday, all of the debates, all the back and forth, all the disagreements that we had all off season, and we had a lot of them and a lot of reasons why. At the end of the day, we walking in that house and we all won. We are all one. We are one. We're about to show our family that it's time for us to get married, win Super Bowls, honeymoon victories, and championship games, Lombardi trophies, renewal of vows, retire together, get old together. Till death do us part. But it starts on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, EM. Playtime is over. We either gonna do this or we not. We gonna get married or we're not. We finally found the one. And now they have the biggest opportunity to seal the deal. Get that ring, baby. I like that. That's a good touch to it. Get that ring. I want to see my players sitting there like Tom Brady opening his ring box. I want to see Tua like this. Woo! I want to see Waddle. Ooh, rookie year. Christian Wilkins, all of these guys, all these, and we got a young team. They not even in their prime, in their peak. It's time for something special. And this is the time to give it to us. How are we going to accomplish that? Before I bring people on, I want to run through the keys to victory. First and foremost, I think the Miami Dolphins are going to need to put a lot of pressure on Mac Jones. Make him prove that he should be someone that you have to take caution with. Until he proves it, send the pressure. Number 2, focus on stopping the run. If they can't run, they can't do anything. Number 3, the Miami Dolphins has to successfully figure out how to run the ball on occasions to extend drives or give reasonable third down situations. Number 4, Tua Tagovailoa has to be the best version of himself. In my opinion, those 4 areas are the keys to victory for the Miami Dolphins. It's that simple. We take care of business in those 4 areas, we should get a W. And if I was to add a 5th one, don't turn the ball over. Do not turn the ball over. This is a huge game to start the season versus the New England Patriots. It doesn't get any bigger than this. A team that is believed to, we had a lot of COVID sit-outs. They're back. Oh, well, we got a lot of our players back from y'all. Okay. Oh, we brought in a lot of talent in the offseason. That's true. Oh, Belichick has the most respect for the young quarterback. He starts him. Belichick, out of all people, starts him. That's true. And if the Miami Dolphins can come in and take care of business and get this W, there ain't going to be no debate. We will have officially arrived. I'm telling y'all, it ain't the Buffalo game. It's not the Bucs game. Simply beat the Patriots in week 1, and the Miami Dolphins have arrived. You know why? Because the national media, they aren't tired of disrespecting us. And the crazy thing is, we can't even argue with them. Everybody has the Patriots making the playoffs over us? For real? We got to shift that whole AFC narrative. The whole AFC East narrative has to be shifted. And the only way we do that is by starting out our season stumping on the New England Patriots. Now, I'm placing the link in the comment section. If you want to come through, ask any questions, I want to answer them. If you have any questions or any topic that you want to discuss with me, I want to answer them, all right? We'll try to do one at a time, and then I'll mix and match some people and eventually get a panel. All right? It's hard, man. It's hard to win in this league, especially after everybody saw what they saw last night. Especially after everyone saw what they saw last night. It's hard to win in this league. We just got to show up and show out. I'm tired of this methodical winning and barely. I'm talking about we need to start playing football and dominating teams. We had a few last year, but it was more so the defense. I want to dominate a team on both sides of the ball. I'm talking about, you know how we were treated 2 years ago when we were losing like 50-0 and 60-6 and stuff like that, whatever it was. We need some of those type of performances. Put some fear in people. And by the way, my last video I did, I had a lot of haters try to chime in. This is your opportunity. It ain't nothing but space and opportunity. If you have something to say, or you agree or disagree about anything that I've said, hit the link, come on in, say your do. Because it's interesting how you can hate from afar, but scared to go man to man, face to face on screen in front of the world. I'm calling every single one of y'all out right now. What's up? What's up? Punch that link. You want this smoke. And I got a feeling ain't many of them going to sign in. I got a feeling probably none of them going to sign in. Talk that talk on the keyboard. You got space and opportunity right now. Get on the screen. All y'all backstage right now, if I can't see you on the screen, I can't put you on, man. They scared, TD. Don't worry, I know. For those who are backstage right now, like I said, I can't put you on the screen if you don't show your face. Got like 7 people and all of y'all cameras not on. Got to see the camera, all right? On camera. EM Baller, man. On camera, homie. On camera, homie. Been following you the past 2 years. I'm with you, TD. Salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Wow. Almost every single person that was backstage, it was like 6 or 7 people, said go on camera. They all backed out. TD, I think a big key to defeating the Patriots is to let them know that the mystic is over and it went out the door with Tom Brady. But it's how we do that. I mean, see, that's all talk. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. It's all talk. They gotta actually put it into work. They gotta put that work in, man. Not just saying, "Oh, we need to show them." All right, do it. Hey, y'all, let's make sure we're not being disrespectful, man. I don't believe there aren't any ugly people in the world. There's always somebody that wants somebody. All right. Let's see. Listen, man, the 3 people backstage again. If I don't see you on camera, unless something wrong with my thing, but I see your avatar, but I don't see you on camera. If I can't see you on camera, I can't let you in. All right. All right. If you have any questions, if you didn't want to be on camera, if you had any questions, you could put it in the comment section. I know I be catching some of y'all off guard. Y'all ain't camera ready, but all right. I guess. You know, maybe stay camera ready. JC, man, why you in here trolling? Buffalo y'all need to be worried about the Pittsburgh Steelers because y'all about to get blown out. Josh Allen has been exposed. I just put a question. I'm still puzzled why we didn't hire Brady when he was a free agent. I don't think Brady was an option, first of all. Second off, Stephen Ross said, you know, why would Brady want to come here to Miami? That doesn't make any sense. So that leads me to believe, and I could be wrong, that leads me to believe that we weren't even one of the teams going for Brady or on his list. Because if we were, I don't think Stephen Ross would have said that. He probably would have said, you know, we had talks with Brady, but we just didn't feel it was necessary to bring him here. But he pretty much pointedly said, why would Brady want to come to Miami when we're in a rebuild? He said that 2 years ago. A year ago, I guess, yeah. But he said that. So there you have it. TD, are you nervous that you didn't see audibles from Tua in preseason? No, I'm not nervous, and that's not 100% true. I saw a few adjustments at the line of scrimmage, but there are a lot of things that did not require audibles. So I'm not nervous in that regard. I'm not nervous about Tua. The only thing that I'm nervous about is the thing that we only get to see in rare occasions with Tua. It's rare occasions where you see a team send pressure, man-to-man, bump and run, and take away the first read. It doesn't happen often. Denver did it. Buffalo mixed a little bit of it in. And every time it happens, it's not good. So I'm not worried about Tua. I know he'll rise above the normals of the league, and he'll have a much better year than last year. It's just that I kind of feel like deep down inside, we're going to get that. Since he's playing a full 17 games, we might get 3 stinkers this year. You know, games like that. The Bucs are going to be one of them. And I'm hoping he can rise above that. Those are the games I'm worried about because those are playoff games to me. That's what teams are going to do to you in the playoffs. I don't want this relationship to propose and then we get to the wedding in cold feet. In other words, we lose in the first round. You know, I know everybody else is like, oh man, as long as we go to the playoffs, that's all we need, step at a time. Y'all don't understand. First is just making it to the playoffs. Then it's making it to the second round. And before you know it, you got to pay a quarterback massive money. You got to pay Christian Wilkins. You got to pay everybody. All these young guys, eventually the salaries will catch up with you. That's why these young teams with the young quarterback have been having so much success in the first 4 years of their career. Ever since they cut out the Matt Stafford salaries, all of these young quarterbacks are having success. Why? Because the team can afford the most weapons they will ever have surrounding them. Ever. And then what teams are doing to extend that 4-year run, they're signing these ridiculous deals with 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 years where they void years on the back end because they know 5 years from now, we ain't going to be able to afford nobody. But you know what? We'll worry about that later. Let's get as many Super Bowls as we can now. I ain't against that approach, but it's not a long-term thing. All right? All right, man. We got the homie Colin in the building. What's going on with you, man?
TD, how's it going, man?
I'm great. How's your day?
Dude, it's Friday. I'm feeling good. I have to mention, though, guys, I am a Bills fan, though.
Oh.
So it's yeah, but I got some good Miami talk, though. I'm actually coming down for the week 2 game, so super excited for that.
All right. Come down for the loss. That's cool.
Hey, it should be a close one. I'm really nervous about your guys' cornerbacks. Xavier Howard's giving me some nightmares right now, but based on week, 16, 17 last time, I'm not too scared, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see, man. So what's your thoughts on our team?
So you guys are definitely going to win first week against the Pats. I am definitely. Like, I would book it. Master at Work is probably going to have to bow down to you on the AFC roundtable. So
we're basically betting on quarterbacks. I'm betting on Tua and he's betting on Mac, man.
You have that extra year of experience. I'm really interested to see how Tua does this year. Mm-hmm. I like to troll Miami fans a little bit, and I usually compare him to Tyrod Taylor, just seeing his, he'll probably have like 20 touchdowns, 6 picks. But I think, like, I was a fan of him coming out of college, and I could really see him hopefully be a top 15 quarterback for you guys this year. I know a lot of Dolphins fans already throwing him top 5. Mm-hmm. Realistically, I think a goal for him would be top 15. Make that Josh Allen leap jump from year 1 to year 2.
I'm at, top 15.
Yeah, and then go and then do that extra jump. But I think you guys are going to easily win week 1. I think it's going to be low scoring, but you guys are going to give Mac Jones a lot of fits.
So be honest with me. Something's bothering me about you right now. Be honest with me, okay?
Yeah,
be honest. Please be honest. You're conflicted, aren't you?
Conflicted in what way? My Bills or the Dolphins?
You're a Bills fan, but you loved Tua in college, didn't you?
I did. I'm an Alabama fan.
So you're invested in seeing his success.
I want to see him do good.
But he plays for the Dolphins.
Yes, unfortunately.
You're conflicted, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. But hey, if the Dolphins win, I'd take that any day over the Pats. Any day. Any day I would take Dolphins over Pats.
So you mean to tell me the Bills don't make the playoffs and the Dolphins get in? You're actually rooting for us to have success because you want to see Tua succeed.
Yes. But if my Bills don't make it, that'd be embarrassing. That's embarrassing if the Bills don't make it.
Do y'all see how strong the Tua-nism is? I mean, that's what it is. Let's be honest. You're invested in seeing him succeed. It's just like people were with Tim Tebow when he came out. You followed him in college. You became a big fan, and you really want to see him succeed.
Correct.
And nothing's wrong with that if people can admit it. But we got people in our fan base that just won't admit that they're a Tua near. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Just admit it. Because if Tua left the Dolphins and went to the Cowboys tomorrow, you'll be rooting for the Cowboys because of his success, right?
Yep.
Thank you. That's what a Tua near is. No matter where he goes, you're not a real Dolphin fan, but wherever he goes, you're going to root for his success because you're a fan of his first.
Yep. So we'll see how he does this year, but I think he's gonna be a top 15 quarterback this year. Especially, dude, your wide receivers, like I'm gonna give you guys love with your wide receiver core because no one talks it. Like, you see your Bills, you see the Bills in top 3, you see KC. You don't ever see enough love on the Dolphins receivers. You guys got Will Fuller, who's just gonna run through everybody. And I just found out he was only out for 1 week. So that's not bad at all.
1 week suspension. I mean, look at the 4 main guys that we have the speed with. Go look at the speed of Will Fuller, Jalen Waddle, Albert Wilson, Jakeem Grant. Go look at those 4 guys at speed. No team in the NFL has 4 guys with that speed. And then I didn't even mention Preston Wilkins, Devontae Parker, and Mac Hollins on the outside. I didn't even mention that. It's going to be a beautiful thing. This year, I'm telling you, man, we taking the Bills down in a sweeping fashion.
I don't know about that. We'll see. I think Josh Allen, 5 of 6 against you guys, and from a Charles Clay drop in the end zone for the win to go 6-6. But
it coulda, shoulda, woulda. But you know what? That record's about to start flipping. He 5-6. He about to be 5-8.
5-8. All right, that's a big one.
And next year, 5-5, and no looking back.
I might cry if that happens. I mean, actually, week 2, if you guys win, I will literally be depressed. So I'm going down to Miami for a week, and I'm going for the next 4 days after that game. So
don't be depressed because Tua's going to have 4 touchdowns in that game. You can, at least you'll have something.
At least,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
See, you don't have to hate the Dolphins. Tua's here, man.
It's the only thing. That's the only thing. But I actually have Myles Gaskin and on my fantasy team, in all my leagues, because he was such a late pick. But I think he's gonna be a fantasy sleeper for you guys. I think he's gonna be. I took him in all my leagues.
I got him in my fantasy league. He is gonna be the sleeper. He's gonna eat this year. I think he's gonna get over 1,000 yards. That's gonna be a huge milestone for him. Myles is the guy. I got another question for you though.
What do you got for me?
From the outside looking in, since you're not a Dolphin fan and you're only a Tua fan, and I want you to be as honest as you can, what did you think about Tua's rookie season?
I expected it to be a little bit better, but with the missed training camps, COVID and all that, you really can't take too much stock in his first year. So that's why I think he's going to make that year 2 leap this year. So I was a little down with how he played though, but I think he's gonna bounce back this year.
So should anybody give him respect at this point? Has he earned any respect at this point in the NFL?
A little, not really in my book, but I think that's going to change this year.
But he hasn't yet.
No, he still has to. I mean, that Cardinals win was pretty big, but I still have that. I still have that Bills game. He wins, he goes into the playoffs, puts kind of a stinker up. Defense kind of let you guys down. So I don't know. That's like you're always how good you are in your last game. That's how you always see it. So that's why I'm still waiting for Josh Allen to hopefully have a good year this year because I still have that KC game in my mind. So we'll.
You need to be worried about Tennessee and what they did to y'all last year.
I'm nervous about Tennessee. I don't even know why people.
And they did it fresh off of COVID. They had lost 9 people didn't play that game, starters, and they still beat up on y'all, man.
I have to see that Derrick Henry, Josh Norman play everywhere I go. It's just depressing. Luckily, he's not on the team anymore.
That was a beautiful stiff arm, man.
Yeah, but yeah, don't be worried about week 1. Is all I have to really say. But you guys will do good this year. I think you're going to be. I think you're between 9 and 11 wins, maybe 12 if you have for your ceiling 12-5. But
12-5 is our ceiling.
Yeah, I'd probably put 12 wins down. Ceiling maybe 13-4 if you have absolute ceiling, but I think you're going to be between 9 and 11 wins. Like if I had to put money down, that would be my 9 to 11 wins.
And missing the playoffs again?
Yeah, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. There's going to be a lot of good teams this year, but I think.
Let me be clear to Dolphin fans, okay? Because you brought up a good point with the 11 mark, right? I want to be clear to all Dolphin fans. If we win 11 games, we will not make the playoffs. We have an extra game this year. We won 10 last year and didn't make it. The best teams that we play this year are all in the AFC except one, Tampa. The 7 playoff teams from last year, 6 of them, I believe, are AFC, and 1 is Tampa. If we win 11 games, we will not make the playoffs. The magic number in the NFL today is 12 with an extra game. 12 wins will get you in. And with that being said, I think Buffalo wins 9 games this year.
I think you're sleeping at Buffalo a little bit.
That's a winning season, bro. 9-8.
Yeah, we're not used to winning seasons in Buffalo, but I think we're starting to get accustomed to them as they come in now. But
so I'm just amazed, man. I have a 2 in the ear on right now and a Buffalo fan. This is just like weird to me, man. I love it though. So what do you expect from our quarterback this year? Since you're a fan, you can look past the Buffalo stuff and you can actually be, I guess
unbiased, I guess.
Yeah, I could say unbiased to a degree, but yeah. So what do you think Tua does this year?
He's going to be top 15. He's going to be a top 15 quarterback. He's that, like you hear a lot the Tua turn the ball over or whatever. As you say, like he doesn't really turn it over. If you get rid of that Bills game and he had 3 interceptions. If you get rid of that game, he's throwing 4 interceptions or something for the entire year. So he's going to have a good amount of TDs, but he's going to keep those turnovers down this year. And he's going to have a lot more yards. I'm really excited to see how Waddle does for him this year. I saw him do a couple punt returns, and that man's blazing.
All right, so I have to do this. All right, I got to put this on the screen real quick. I want to go ahead and share my screen because I'm curious. You said top 15. I want to know what that looks like. So I'm gonna bring this up for us. All right. So we got, this sports news. This is their ranking, but at least it'll be at least similar when we get to the teen area. Okay. I want to start around number 10. Okay. Because I know he's not top 10, and I don't think he'll be top 10 this year, maybe next year. But as we go to Lamar Jackson at 8, let's start. You know what? Let's start at 9 with Kyler Murray. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be better than Lamar Jackson this year, but let's start at Kyler Murray. Okay, is he gonna be better than Kyler Murray this year? Do you think?
I'm gonna say no. This is gonna be Kyler's contract year. He's gonna be looking to get paid similar to Josh Allen. I think he's gonna be lower than Kyler Murray.
Justin Herbert.
I'm still taking Justin over him.
You're really unbiased because I would Justin is going to be ahead because of what he's already done. But I expected, a Tua near to be like Tua. I like you, man. You're being honest. This is what we need. Honesty. Is he going to be better than Ryan Tannehill this year?
We're starting to get closer now to where I see him. I still think he's going to be under Ryan Tannehill. Tannehill's getting Julio Jones. So I think Tannehill's still going to put up better numbers than him, but I don't know how many more years Tannehill is going to put more better numbers up than Tua.
All right.
So that's
number 12, Joe Burrow. Who's going to have a better season?
I mean, is Burrow even going to be able to play the entire season? Do we count that into effect?
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, he's going to play. Bam, he's playing.
He's playing. Okay. Man, this is a hard one. This
How
is
many
going to
games
be
did Burrow play last year?
more than half the season, right? Yeah, he played way more than half the season. Probably what, 3/4?
I don't know. I need to look that up. I want to see how many games he actually played. That's important for me to come up with some numbers here. Give me 1 second. I'll find it. Joe Burrow. Here we go.
They didn't make no updates to his O line, right? Like they went Jamar Chase in the draft. I don't think they really made any big signings, so I don't.
They trying to match him up like Herbert, man. Get him some weapons.
Yeah. I'd probably still take Joe over Tua though this year.
So Herbert played 10 games. He was on IR for 6 games. He played 10 games. Let me see something here. Okay, so he's pretty similar to Tua. Tua got 9 and Joe Burrow got 10. I never even compared their stats. I'm gonna have to look at that. Okay, so you still give Burrow the heads up. Baker Mayfield. I'm shocked they have him this low. Well, I guess Baker Mayfield.
Wait, do you think he'd be closer to 1 than he is, or do you think he'd be down closer to 30?
Who, Baker Mayfield?
Yeah.
I would put Baker Mayfield probably somewhere up there by Herbert.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
give him the edge over Herbert.
Yeah, I see a little bit of a leap here for Baker this year as well. I'd take Baker over Burrow this year, especially how good.
Over Burrow or Tua?
I'd take Baker over Tua, but I'd also take Baker over Burrow this year. I think Brown's team is stacked. They have one of the best rosters in the NFL.
All right. We still moving. Kirk Cousins. Tua gonna be better than Kirk Cousins this year.
Those are his 2020 stats.
Yes, sir.
I would take Tua over Kirk. Like
really?
I'm talking about like if you give me like a drawing board right now, Tua or Kirk, everyone's taking Tua with Kirk's contract and how old he is. Stats this year.
We're not talking about contract. We're talking about who do you see projected to have a better season?
I'm still going Kirk too. This year, but if you're giving me starting out and picking Tua.
All right.
Stafford's this far down. Holy.
Yeah, so better season, Tua or Stafford?
Stafford's gonna he's gonna be a lot higher on this list. He's gonna.
So you said Tua he's probably gonna be top 15, but do you still feel that way?
I think if you're gonna scroll like 1 or 2 down, I think I'm gonna start saying Tua. So
I'm just saying. Well, so is expecting top 15 reasonable?
I would say it's his goal.
It's his goal. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be like when I'm writing down top 15 is his goal. I don't know if it's considered reasonable, but it's definitely attainable.
I'm gonna say this. If Tua absolutely amazes us this year, I'm going to put him ceiling for this year. $11. I'm going to put him around 11. His ceiling this year, I'm going to say could be 11. It's not going to be easy because these guys, I mean, all of them can put numbers up with the exception of the young guys. Burrow, he can leapfrog. I think he can leapfrog Kyler Murray. I don't care that it is his contract year. I'm just not a Kyler Murray. I'm not a fan of his really like that. But all right, let's keep going though. This is fun. I want to keep going, see if he makes it a little more, okay? All right, now 16. Matt Ryan. Is he gonna play better than Matt Ryan this year? Oh my God.
Does Matt Ryan have a team? He's
Doesn't
got
matter.
Doesn't
matter. Is he gonna play better?
He's gonna play better than Matt Ryan this year, no doubt.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
The Dolphins team is way better organizationally run than Atlanta. Matt Ryan is going to be under siege this entire year. I think Tua can be better than Matt Ryan this year. Yeah.
Interesting. So we're around 16 right now. Okay. What about Derek Carr?
Man, Derek Carr does not get enough love. He is.
Yeah, I argue about this with EM all the time. I don't give Derek Carr love, and EM says, "Man, y'all sleep on Derek Carr. He is a good quarterback."
He doesn't get love because he doesn't win. He's not a winner.
True.
His teams don't win. If you put him on a winner and he plays that way, I think he gets way more love than what he is. But
I'm still stuck on this Matt Ryan. I'm still stuck on that. I mean, Kyle Pitts coming in, Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, they lose Julio though. I don't know.
Yeah, but Calvin Ridley is his go-to now, and now you add Pitts. You really think?
I think Tua could be better than him, man.
I gotta ask the comment section, and guys, we're being unbiased tonight. Do you think Tua has a better season than Matt Ryan this year? Matt Ryan is old as crap. Okay, then Tua gonna have a better year than Brady? Talk about Matt Ryan is old as crap. Y'all stop that. But let me know in the comment section. What do you think? All right, here comes the answers. Nope. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. TD is asking who is going to have a better year, not who is the better QB. Thank you. Yeah. Tua, yeah. Nope. Fitz will have a better year than Tua. Ooh, that's an interesting one to be in. That's a serious one to talk about. 50-50 for me. Possible, though. Okay, it's possible. That's all I needed to hear. All right. So, Derek Carr, though, did you give me your final answer?
I'm taking Derek Carr over Matt Ryan and Tua this year.
Okay, so that moves Tua to 16. All right. Who we got next? Who is this? Ben Roethlisberger. Is he gonna have a better year than Ben?
I don't see Ben as. I think he's a shadow of himself. I think that's why I think the Bills are going to beat him week 1.
Really?
I pulled up his stat. Oh yeah, the stats are right there. I was surprised he threw for so many touchdowns.
Wait. Did Ben play the whole season?
Most of it, right?
Well, let me see. I just want to
look at his numbers. It looks really, really close to the full season based on his numbers.
That could be deceiving. We'll see right now.
Man, he did throw like 500 against Cleveland in that.
Okay, he didn't play the last game. And he pretty much averaged, let me see, how many yards? Oh, it's not going to tell me. Oh, here it is. Hold on, let me see. I'll just see what it is on the 16-game projection. 38.03. So he pretty much, if he would have played the last game, he would have had 4,060 yards, somewhere around there, with about 35 touchdowns, and 10 picks. So you got Tua over Ben?
Yeah, I think Ben's going to take even a drop back from that this year, and he's going to run the ball more now with Harris.
So Tua's at 16 right now.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence.
Man, this is a hard one. I have to ask you, what do you think? What do you expect from Trevor Lawrence, man? Why am I on the spot for this?
No. I need you to, because I was literally going to say I can't even answer this right now, to be honest. I can sit here and be a homer, but I don't want to be. I don't want to be a homer, and I want to hear your true thoughts on this, because that's the kid that I feel like is going to maybe put Herbert's rookie numbers. He might do something with Herbert's rookie numbers. Yeah, but I don't know. What do you think? What do y'all think in the comment section? I know everybody going to say Tua over Trevor anyway. They probably don't like Trevor. Any quarterback coming out these days, they're not going to like.
Yeah, this is a hard one. This is I don't know what to expect from Trevor. Like, part of me thinks he's just going to light it up, and then part of me thinks he's just going to be above average rookie numbers.
It's a shock. I'm getting some Trevors in the comment section. I'm shocked, actually. Let me see. Yep, Trevor might put up Herbert like number. Oh, I got my first no. I got like 5 Trevors, but 1 no. And by the way, we're streaming on Twitch as well, so we have some Twitch responses. Y'all, if you're on YouTube, you can't see those responses. What's up, Esteban? Join the conversation, homie.
What's good, fellas? I don't even know what's going on, man. I saw you were streaming. I was at my son's practice, man.
All right,
So
but yeah, my bad. Nah, we just going through some predictive stuff. Hanging out with Colin, an official Tuanier who's not embarrassed to say it. He's proud of it, and we respect that over here. You know what? Let's just give Tua the Trevor one, man, because he's a rookie. We don't know what to expect from him. He hasn't done anything yet. I think
Lost
that's
his running
fair.
back too. Lost his running back.
I think that's fair. He ain't did nothing yet. So we're not gonna give him credit automatically. Tua or Carson Wentz?
This is another one that could go. Man, is he going to be MVP Carson Wentz? MVP level Carson Wentz, or is he going to be last year Carson Wentz?
Man, it's 2021. What do you think? Who gonna have a better season? You can chime in, Esteban, if you want. We're not being long. We're not being long-winded.
Bro, I don't think Wentz has what it takes to make it through a season, bro. I just think he's that dude that's always going to be injured, bro. It sucks, but I don't know if he's got to change his training or what, bro. But he just has bad luck. So I have zero expectation for him.
Well, we can't go off of injuries. We have to go off of if he is healthy, who's going to be the better player this year.
I'm taking Tua.
I think Tua. I really do think Tua has a chance, man. I just it makes you wonder what he's made of. I mean, we all know the criticism, and even though he says he don't watch TV, and acts like he hasn't heard it. He's heard it. He's heard everything from the media, everything surrounding the organization. I'm sure he's heard it from the fans. The dude was injured. I believe that when somebody believes in themselves and their ability, they're just waiting to prove it. And he showed when he was in college, he was game. He grabbed the bull by the horn in any most adverse situations. I'm not gonna say any, but I always go back to that LSU game, man. He showed grit in that game. I think he showed more in that game than what you got out of the Georgia game, because Fromm's not. He proved to be a phony. But when he played against an elite QB on the other side, when he played against Burrow, it seemed like he stepped it up, man. I'm not saying Wack Jones is elite, but he's heard it from even ex teammates that chose Wack Jones as the quarterback. So he's got a lot to prove, man. I just don't see how you could take all that and not come out and want to do something about it and prove everybody wrong. I would expect him to. If he doesn't, I question what kind of mental fortitude he has, and that's not good, bro. If he doesn't respond, like he has to, like if there was ever somebody that needed to shut everybody up and respond, this would be the guy that needs to do it.
So I'm gonna give Tua the Carson Wentz. All right,
that's safe.
I'm gonna also give him the Jalen Hurts. Y'all agree or disagree?
I agree.
All right,
100%.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
How many games until he's benched?
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get at it to him. Yeah, unless someone disagrees. Now, number 23, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Hold on. Are you saying are if these guys are going to be better than Tua
this year? Just this year, who's going to have the better year?
Oh man, you know what? I'm going to say Garoppolo is probably going to have a better year than Tua. Man, he's getting pushed, bro. He's getting pushed to play better. So,
I'm taking Tua. I think Garoppolo is going to fold, and I think Trey Lance is going to start by week 4.
Yeah, I don't like the Garoppolo one. Just too much, and he's done it longer, so we already know what we're going to get with him. Ryan Fitzpatrick, though. Now that's the one.
He's gonna ball, bro.
I know. I actually can't. See, this is one that Tua just has to do it for me to put him ahead of him. Ryan Fitzpatrick is actually probably going to have the Washington football team fighting for number one in their division in the NFC East with the Cowboys at the end of the day. It's going to come down to the wire, and one of those teams are going to be the leaders. And Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to make that difference.
Man, that defense is scary.
And you can't put Tua above him right now. You just can't.
No, you can't.
So right now I got Tua at 17. Is that where we are, Colin?
Yep, 17.
All right, who you got, Daniel Jones or Tua?
Tua.
Come on.
No, I agree. I just had to call it out. Jared Goff or Tua?
Damn.
I'm still going Tua here. I'm highly convinced Tua's going to play better than Jared Goff this year.
This one right here is a toss-up for me, so I got to go with Tua.
Yeah.
I got to go with Tua. And let me tell you, I give Tua the benefit of the doubt right now only for the simple reason of his learning style and what he did not get last year in that regards, and how he can pick up the system and the playbook and his reads, his alerts, and all of that. Jameis Winston.
Tua.
Tua, yeah. I think Jameis is going to do better than people think, though.
We haven't seen Jameis since the eye surgery, have we?
He played some preseason, though, right? Didn't he? He played some preseason.
No, he had surgery.
He balled out.
Year,
he balled out in preseason.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting one. I think he moves up the charts. He might be the comeback player of the year. No, Dak's going to run away with that.
Oh, yeah,
Dak
for sure.
did look good.
And they got Tua at number 27, so we'll pass him. So right now we got
27. What?
Well, right now this is just from.
This is just on last year.
Well, the rankings where they rank everybody now. They got Zach Wilson 28. Thank you. At least start out ahead of this guy. And wait, hold on. Is that Zach Wilson? I'm tripping. I thought that was Mac Jones. Zach Wilson at 28. Mac Jones at 29. Andy Dalton, no. Teddy Bridgewater, no. Sam Darnold, nope. And those are your starting quarterbacks for this year. And Tua is ranked number 27. But right now, based off of the list that we went through, we pretty much got him at 17. Is that correct?
That's ridiculous. Yeah. But
now,
that's what it is, man.
So he moves up 10 spots this year. Is that acceptable enough?
You have to want that if you're a Dolphins fan.
Of course we want it. And Dane, I don't want to have this conversation, but I have to, and I'm glad you're here. Here's why it's delicate. This is one of the delicate things that the Miami Dolphins are dealing with.
I don't think that's good enough, though, bro.
Yeah, because even if Tua plays well, if a certain somebody's situation clears up, they still gonna try to pull a trigger. Yeah, unless he finds himself literally, I would have to say you gotta be number 10 or better.
Yeah, man, he's gonna have that Dak Prescott rookie season that Dak had without that great offensive line that Dak had. And Dak had an amazing rookie year, but he had an amazing offensive line too. Tua doesn't have that benefit. Tua's gonna have to hit that kind of a level for us to forget about Watson.
And another thing we got to mention on here, Colin, I know we have Tua at number 17, but some could say he's really 18 because that somebody ain't even playing, ain't even on this list.
That's true.
Wait, that's Watson. Watson. Watson, yeah.
Tua has to have a top 10 year if that situation gets cleared up.
I agree. He got
to be top 10
true.
To stay in Miami. I don't care who likes it and who don't like it. I don't care. You call me a hater. You be like, no, you're wrong, TD. No, you are wrong. If Tua isn't a top 10 quarterback this year and that situation clears up, he will not be a Miami Dolphin next year.
I agree.
That's so much pressure. Oh, my God.
It is pressure, but they don't care.
He's got to figure it out, man. He's got it. TD, you're 100% right with what you're saying. That's 100%.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. That's what's really bothering a lot of people, because deep down inside, they know that. They know that if that situation gets cleared up, and even if he plays better this year, if he's not top 10 in the NFL, because the other guy is going to be top 5.
Plain and simple, TD.
The other guy is top 5. You see what I'm saying? That's the business of it. That's where feelings can't be involved. That's where I'm not even trying to be biased. I can want Tua all I want. But the reality is, if you ain't pulling a top 10 season, and that guy clears up that situation, it's a wrap.
Yep.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
It sure is.
And matter of fact, it's even more of a wrap because you moved up and got better and increased your trade value.
Yep. It has to be on just exactly what you're saying, man. It has to be on that tier that you're talking about, top 10. That's another level, bro. And that's exactly what he has to do. He has to be on another level. This dude has to have tunnel vision. He's got to have a mental fortitude that the guys in the top 10 have. He's got to figure it out. He has no choice but to, if he's going to stay in Miami. And you know what? I mean, he might just be like, I'm just going to progressively get better game to game and have that mentality. And that's cool and all, when you have a team that has the luxury of waiting, but this team's, it's not that we don't have the luxury, but when you have something that when you can bring somebody in that's an upgrade, you're gonna make that change, and that's just what it is, man. As much as it sucks to say, man.
Let me give you the blunt truth of it all. Tua Tagovailoa may have the most perfect unfair run. He may have the most perfect unfair run in NFL history. And what I mean by a perfect unfair run, everything was stacked against him. You came in with the hip injury. First year, you had to deal with COVID where you couldn't even put reps out on the field. Everything had to be visual in film rooms, over this and that. You had a veteran come in that overshadowed you and made people doubt you. Second year comes and you got to be top 10 off rip. The most perfect unfair run. This is going to top Tim Tebow by far.
He's up there with Josh Rosen. He's up there with Josh Rosen for sure.
You know what?
But I will,
even though some people might think that it's ridiculous, in actuality, it's not ridiculous because there are guys coming in that have played at a top 10 level that you've seen it with your eyes. Herbert did it last year. Prescott is another one that's done it. What did Lamar Jackson, what he do it in his second year? I mean, I know he did it in a different way, but he was still a top tier QB, whether you believe in his arm or not, you know what I mean? But there's guys that have shown you that right immediately, right away. And I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but in actuality, when there's guys that come in and do it and the team has a higher standard, yeah, man, you got to do it. He has to. I mean, that's my opinion, but yeah, I believe he has to. You have to.
Let me give you the beauty of it though. If he does it, not a single soul should have a doubt about him. If he achieves with all the odds, with all the negativity, with all the doubts, and he is a top 10 quarterback this year, not a single soul should have a doubt about this man. This organization shouldn't. I shouldn't. You shouldn't. Nobody. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it.
Well, I'll say this, man. When Dak I got to go back to Dak, bro, because he did good yesterday, man. I have to give it to him. My girl's a Cowboy fan, and I got to watch all the games. I'm pretty sure, just like you do, TD. And I kept saying, I got to give it to. I've always thought that Dak gets a lot of criticism, and I've always thought that he was a competitor. And what you see Dak giving you, Tua has to do that. He has to be competitive, and he has to win doing it. And it starts Sunday. Anytime you want to understand something completely, just like last season, you look at how we started and you look at how we finished, everything in between, you can bring it into the discussion, but the totality for me is what happened at the beginning, what happened at the end. That's all that everything in between. In my opinion, it doesn't matter. But I say that I'm saying that for a reason. I know it's just the first game of the season. It's not make or break, but he has to be a part of the reason that we win this game. This game has to be won, and he has to have his footprint in this game.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, I know it's just the first game, but I'm telling you, first game
wins
and
aren't good enough.
mean a lot. They mean a lot. And that last game, when we got blown out, that left a bad taste in a lot of fans' mouths. I'm just saying, I know it's just the first game, but he has. There's no more excuses. He has to do something, and he has to do it now. He's got to do it on Sunday.
And it's not going to be just about winning games. You have to be a part of the reason for the win.
Stats have to be there. Yeah,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
And that's what I try to help people understand. They're like, "Oh, 6-3." No, Tua was not 6-3.
This
defense alone won about 4 of those games.
But this is the problem that we had last year. We were getting turnovers. Sanders was hitting field goals, but Tua wasn't really part of the reason that we were winning. We were winning with our defense, and people were happy. And you'll have people that'll tell you that a win is a win, and how you win doesn't matter. No. Especially when you have that question mark at that position, it does matter how you win, and he has to prove it, and he has to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's like not giving Dak Prescott credit last night because they lost. That's how ridiculous these people sound when they say we got the W with him. He gets credit for that. No, how you play, how you contribute to it matters. Dak had no implication on that loss last night. He has there ain't no blame that can go to Dak Prescott on the loss last night. And that's how you have to be subjective in the fact that call it how you see it and stop just making wins and losses are not a QB stat. I don't know where people got this from. That's the lazy journalism. That's those TV analysts that like, well, he went 12-4 that year, and your guy went 10-6. That's the lazy journalism. Have no idea how those stats are made up, man. Y'all know good and well we went to Los Angeles and won a game solely off of the defense's back. I mean, we won games straight up off of the defense in some cases.
Yeah,
and some bailouts by Fitz, by the way.
Let me ask you this, though. If you put in Watson right now on your team, is this Super Bowl or bust? You put Watson on your team saying he's going to play. Isn't this a Super Bowl or bust team? Like, I mean,
it is. Easy. We'd be contenders right away.
Right, immediately. There'd be no questions. It would be the talk of the town. And my Bills would be really freaking scared. I can tell you that.
I mean, who took Josh Allen down the first year?
Yeah, Deshaun. Yeah, I don't even know how that play happened. That's still burns me. But
he's the only guy that's taken both teams down in our division. He's taken Brady down once in Buffalo and Josh Allen. But anyway, man, I'm not worried about his situation. That's just gonna have to let time play out. I'm not worried about that. We'll see how that go. I just want to see Tua. Because here's another thing. If we can get Tua to be top 10 this year, if he can, and let me give him a little bit of leeway. I'm going to move the line to top 12. I'm going to move it to top 12. I don't think that's going to get it done, but I'm just going to do it just for argument's sake, that'll get it done to where he stays in Miami if that other situation gets sorted out. If he gets to top 12, see, there is so much incentive on keeping him if we could just know he's the guy. Because that also means we keep the 3 first-round picks that we have the next 2 years. We keep the 3 second-round picks that we have the next 2 years. We keep the 3 4th rounders, the 3 5th rounders, and the 3 6th rounders that we have the next 2 years. The only round that we ain't got 3 picks is the 3rd round, and we still got our 2. But we have so much draft capital as well for the next 2 years. If Tua can just give us all of him this year, we get to keep all of that. And imagine this team. See, because here's the deal. If Tua does play top 10 football, we're definitely going to the playoffs. Matter of fact, we could probably we could probably go to an AFC championship game. And imagine going that far and still having all that draft capital, plus coming into next year with the number 1 amount of cap space in the entire NFL, right now projected at $77 million, but could be as high as $100. Imagine that. All of that rests on one kid's shoulder. All of it rests on one kid's shoulder being the guy. So that's why there's pressure on him. That's why they're going to make sure. Because if they don't get it right next offseason, we screwed every bit of leverage that we ever had up. This is the last year that we're going to have leverage next offseason. That's why they want to know now. You know why? They want to know if they're going to take 35 of that million next year and throw it on a quarterback. They want to know if they're going to go ahead and send those draft picks off. He decides it. I don't decide it. Flores don't decide it. Tua decides so many things alone. Him alone. Ball out or get out. That's what's going to happen this offseason. It's that simple.
Yeah, TD, I have to take off here, but I have one more question for you. You guys created so many turnovers last year. Interceptions, fumbles. You know how unpredictable that is. Do you feel confident that your team's going to get all those turnovers again this year? Do you think that's something you could bank on?
No. We will still get turnovers, but not as many. I'm willing to even say we're going to cut it in half. We're going to cut it in half. A lot of things went our way last year. Outside of the Xavier Howard performance, a lot of the turnovers were just being relentless, getting in that backfield on quarterbacks and things of that nature. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. All the general managers in the league, the rumors all around that Miami's not going to have that ridiculous amount of turnovers again. So, you know, we're not worried about them. That's why they're not giving us respect right now, because they don't feel like we can have that amount of turnovers again. And I got to be honest with you, if I'm going to be a football realist, of course we can, but it is not likely. People don't realize how many turnovers we had last year and how many opportunities we took advantage of last year in that regard. I mean, teams would drive all the way down the field about to score turnover. We were one of the worst. We were one of the worst teams to give up yards. That don't mean our defense was that great. We just we got turnovers at the end of it. Now we have the talent to back it up. We got the talent to do it again, but it's just not realistic. And we're playing a much more formidable group of teams this year, in my opinion. You know? So listen, time will tell. I hope we do. But if we don't, here's the caveat. Tua in the offense has to make up the difference. We barely converted off the ones that we got anyway. And now, not getting them, our offense is going to have to convert more to keep up. So if we can have teams turn the ball over like we did last year, and Tua in the offense steps their game up, oh yeah, we're definitely in contention for something special. But conventional wisdom, if our defense is still good, but lower the turnovers, our offense doesn't just have to be better anymore. It has to actually be top 13 in the league to offset it. And is our offense going to be top 13 in the league? You know, it all depends on the quarterback play in our O-line. So we'll see. we'll see how it goes. But it all rides on Tua. If you believe in Tua, then Buffalo should be concerned.
I am concerned, but
because if he lives up to what many people say he will, the whole league should be concerned. Because with this defense to back him up, special teams, we're straight. We're going to be a great team. But time will tell. But I appreciate you coming through, man. I know you got to get out of here, bro.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, TD. Always good to talk some Dolphins football.
Thanks for coming through and not being biased. I needed to hear that, man. I needed to hear your take.
Yeah, and if anyone here sees me, I'll be in Miami week 2. I will have an Allen jersey on, though, unfortunately. But, come say hi. So thanks for having me on.
Appreciate you, bro.
See you guys.
All right. That was pretty cool. Florida Titan. There's like this echoey, hollow sound on your mic. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
It ain't too bad. So, what's your thoughts, man?
Well, I would have to say I'm not so pessimistic on Tua's future as you are, because when you look at, say, the draft class for next year in terms of quarterbacks, outside of Spencer Rattler, which by nearly every mock draft and draft analyst I've seen, he's going number 1 overall. They don't really have a viable option to replace Tua if he plays poorly. Now
they definitely will.
Yeah, but not with the draft capital, because they would have to go way up in order to get a good quarterback, which would be Rattler or the guy from North Carolina. I don't remember his name. Or they have to wait until the second and third round and get someone like Matt Corral from Ole Miss, who I think is going to be a huge steal and deserves to be considered to be a first round pick. But still, there aren't a whole lot of options to replace Tua if he does play poorly.
So let me, and I'm gonna let you keep going. I just want to pick that apart real quick. So there aren't a lot of options. I'm not even going to talk about the veterans in the league right now, but you're just talking about the draft. Let me ask you a question. If Josh Rosen was our quarterback and he was playing trash, and would you have the same sentiments that there's not a lot of options, so we can't move off of Josh Rosen?
Well, yeah, I would have a similar sentiment. Now, this is barring a worst case scenario where Miami does so bad that they get a top 5 draft pick, and then the conversation is completely different. But the way I see it, Tua, even if he's in 20th, say, it could still be enough to make the playoffs. Not as a division winner, right? I could see him as a wild card, but I don't see unless they get a top 5 draft pick, I don't see them having good options to replace him unless somehow they're able to land Aaron Rodgers, in which case my entire point is mute. But
yeah, that's how I was going to bring him up, because I'm not even going to talk about the Deshaun Watson situation. But I was even thinking, because here's the beauty of our situation next year. Everybody knows Aaron Rodgers is out of there next year. That's a fact, okay? That's an easy 1-year replacement while they bring another guy in. But I just wouldn't pay any draft capital to get Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's fair. Although the question wouldn't be, would Aaron Rodgers be a good fit? It would be basically a bidding war. Would we be able to land him? Because there definitely be a lot of teams that try and get Rodgers.
Again, we'll put it like this. If it is a bidding war, there's only one team that could even rival with us. And he would have to decide which one he'd want to go to. And on top of it, again, I don't want to get in a bidding war. I will bid for my future. I will bid for a young quarterback. I'm not bidding for somebody like Brady or Rodgers, who's only going to give me 1 or 2 years, because Rodgers can retire at any point. He even came out and said he contemplated retirement. So that would be ridiculous for the Miami Dolphins to even consider. So I'm not worried about Rodgers. But my thing is, we have 3 firsts and 3 seconds in the next 2 years, and you don't feel like we can move up and get a quarterback if we had to?
Well, that would be the thing. You would have to essentially move heaven and earth with some of that draft capital.
But that's what it takes. So you go through the next 20 years again.
But here's something I would like to ask you. Would you trust your hopes on Spencer Rattler?
I have no clue. I have no clue what I can trust coming out of college. But you got to keep swinging until you hit the ball. Well, what we can't do is delay swinging. See, that's what we did. Tannehill, 7 years of delayed swinging. I mean, we just kept delaying. And that's another thing. Even with Tannehill, the biggest mistake we made with Tannehill, it wasn't Tannehill himself. It was the fact that you never brought anybody in to, number one, compete with him or to develop.
Yeah, that's a famous Adam Gase syndrome. And just watch the Panthers. They're probably going to turn Sam Darnold into like a MVP candidate. So
that's my bit. That's my point of the matter. We got to keep swinging. I don't care if you double up on this roster. Ain't nobody care nothing about competition and, you're making one guy nervous or too much pressure. That he don't belong on the team if it's too much pressure. We got to get every viable quarterback we can on this roster that's under the age of 30 years old to compete, to become our future.
Yeah, but it's basically, how do I explain this? Well, it's basically like putting all your chips in on the sorry. I'm just trying to find a way to explain it because
it's putting all your eggs in a basket.
Yeah, exactly. You can't.
Yeah.
You can never do that, especially with the draft, because again, Spencer Rattler's he's supposed to be the only solid QB prospect in the entire draft, and your only other option would be to try and get someone like Rodgers. Watson's going to be off the table.
Well, we don't know that, but I'm not going to get into that. Time will tell on that. But I'm not, and Rodgers is off the table for me. Bro, when it comes to college football, I do not subscribe to the only viable option coming out of the draft anymore. Dak Prescott would not be in the NFL if that was the case. A lot of these guys wouldn't be in the NFL if that was the case. You do realize that, there are some really good quarterbacks that weren't drafted top 10.
Yes, I know that, but they tend to be exceptions rather than the general rule.
Really?
Well, not top 10, but definitely first round, second round kind of stuff.
See, I can go with the rule right now. I could name all the rule guys, and I might actually show you they have a less success rate than the exception.
Well, yeah, the exception is Tom Brady and Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson. Those are the only three modern day ones. You could probably, if you go back to the 70s, 80s, and the like, you could probably find some more examples. But nowadays, they tend to be first round picks, second round picks, because here are just some of them that I can name off the top of my head. There's Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, Matt Stafford. You could make an argument for people like Jared Goff. Some of the guys in this draft class, they are probably going to end up being pretty good, like Trevor Lawrence if he actually had a team. You could even say someone like Mac Jones. Joe Burrow's a good one. Justin Herbert essentially broke the Oregon curse. And these are just the guys I could think of off the top of my head that I know are first rounders.
Let's do it, bro. And listen, I don't talk about just first rounders because this conversation is about, you said, the only viable option.
No, I said the only viable option according to the draft analysts.
Exactly. And what does that mean? That guy's going to go top 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody else outside of in the past, outside of top 5, see, these are all guys you got to consider.
Yeah,
I mean, Lamar Jackson was number 32.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater's in the league. He was number 32.
Mm-hmm.
See, that there's plenty of guys like that. Dak Prescott, 4th rounder, we know.
Yeah.
We know how that went. Aaron Rodgers was number 24. Deshaun Watson was number 12.
Yeah, I already said that most of those were in first round.
Yeah, Derek Carr, 36. Kirk Cousins in Minnesota, 102. Drew Brees was 32. I mean, these guys, they're more than people put on. Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, even Tannehill was outside of the top 5 technically. But there are
I'm not talking about just top 5. I'm talking about first round overall.
Yeah, but when we get into top prospects by analysts, those are your top 5 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Those are your top 5. They're top 5 picks typically, the analysts, because your analysts the year that Tom Brady came out didn't have him atop. They didn't have Russell Wilson atop. They didn't have Aaron Rodgers as a top. You see what I mean? Prospect wise, they didn't even have Drew Brees as a top prospect.
They actually in the draft where Aaron Rodgers was, a lot of analysts were talking about how he was like a top 5, top 10 pick. Mm-hmm. They were even considering him number 1 overall instead of Alex Smith. And
they can consider all they want. What happens is what they really view of them. NFL teams. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just combine that with like some of the other more important needs that Miami might need in the future, because you never know, like some of these guys, they may not want to go back another year. They might get traded for whatever. And there's also some guys in the draft that I would be like, you know what? I know that we might need a quarterback or whatever, but some of these guys are way too good to pass up if given the chance. Guys like Kyle Hamilton out of Notre Dame, or I've given up on pronouncing his name, but the defensive end from Oregon, some of the receivers, those kinds of guys, I think should be a top priority for Miami, regardless of how Tua plays. And I think that if they want to draft a quarterback, like they need to have someone to develop him, not just try and get it right out the gate to be immediately the starter and whatnot, and give up on Tua completely. Even if it's just like, putting them under the fire, like what the Patriots did with Jimmy Garoppolo. So
I don't think anybody's going to be giving up on Tua. We have to understand that now. If they have a better option that they can go after, they're going to go after it. But giving up on Tua, the goal is to continue to develop him and help and hope that he gets better and better and better. But again, at that position, if an opportunity presents itself to be better, teams just have to take it unless your guy is already top 10. Well, that's just how it works.
Well, then just simply answer this. Outside of Aaron Rodgers, what opportunity do you see to be better in the quarterback position? And aside from Rodgers and Watson, because with Watson, you'll have to move heaven and earth, and he might not even play next year because of all the stuff that's happening with him. And Rodgers, because he might be in such a high bidding war that you might not even be able to afford it. What realistic options do you see next year, provided Tua doesn't play well, do you see for your starting quarterback?
None. Zero. None.
Not any possible trades, not any
none
draft picks, none. And that's why even if he has a bad year, you have to stick with Tua for one more year.
If you're you're right. I think you're missing the point here. If you're forced to stick with Tua, you're forced to stick with Tua. You see what I mean? I mean, if you don't have a better option, you got to stick with them. I agree with that. But this time last year, did we know that Aaron Rodgers wanted out? No. Did we know that Deshaun Watson requested a trade? No. Did we know that Brady was going to officially leave? No, not until they did. We had no idea. We had no idea, but it's not likely to happen. So, for the record, if we don't have a better option, then Tua's going to be our guy in year 3 unless we got an opportunity to get the number 1 pick for this just amazing guy out of college. That's just the reality.
Yeah, and that was the original point I was trying to get across because
I've always
at that point
said
at that point of the conversation, you were saying how unless Tua was like a top 10, he wouldn't be a Dolphin next year.
No. See, that's only half of what I said. And I'm not getting on you when I say this, but this is what a lot of people do. And this is why they call me a hater. I never said if he was top 10, if he wasn't top 10 or top 12, he's out of here. I said if that guy fixes his situation in Houston and Tua's not top 10, it's a wrap.
Okay, I didn't hear, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't hear that other part.
I know.
Because I did join in the stream late.
No, you're good, but I said that over and over. If that guy in Houston fixes his situation and Tua's not top 10, and I moved the line, I said top 12, then it's a wrap. If he fixes his situation, it is a wrap.
And let me ask you this. Do you think he fixes his situation?
I think it ends up getting settled monetarily. I think the NFL hands out actually a very light slap on the hand. I know, and again, we're not going to get into too much detail, but I will say this, and it may rub some people the wrong way. I don't even think the NFL looks at this as big as they would look at domestic violence or things like that. I think the NFL, just like the owners who partake in some of this stuff themselves, as you know, there's an owner who got in trouble for it, pretty much. They look at it as, and like I said, it's gonna rub some people the wrong way, but they look at it as just a young man who has an addiction and was trying to explore it in as many ways as he possibly can, and it rubbed a lot of people, not some people, a lot of people the wrong way, and they felt very disrespected and violated by it. And that's what a lot of them in the NFL owners are, some of the same ones that's in them same parlors, as we know, with Robert Kraft, and I'll say his name, with Robert Kraft. So trust me, I don't think they look at it as serious as they would look at domestic violence or, child abuse and different things like that. That's just my opinion. It don't make what he did right or wrong. I'll let the legal system handle that. I'll stay away from it. But what I will say is people making this very huge when I don't think the NFL is looking at it as huge as many people are. Now, if some information comes out where there's some forceful acts, like, you know what I mean, holding down or forcing, then that's a whole different story, but I haven't heard any of that. And maybe I'm just ignorant to it, but I haven't heard any of that. I just heard a lot of indecency and inappropriateness. And some of that indecency and inappropriateness isn't actually a crime. I'm just saying. So we'll see. I just think that eventually a check gets cut. The league comes in and say you got eight games. They appeal it, and he gets 4, and life moves on. And if he plays well, people forget about any scandal like they did with Kobe. So there you have it.
Well, I'm not gonna come up here and claim that I am like a irrefutable legal source or whatnot, but a lot of the allegations from what I've seen do imply force. And they do imply some serious stuff, because
imply or actually said there is. Imply or there is. I mean, that's a very vague word. Imply. Imply is like I read the report and it kind of seems like there might that's
yeah,
implied.
I get that criticism. That's fair. It's just I'm only saying that because there's still allegations. I'm not, and I don't want to even like say for certain it's this or for certain it's that because legally it's allegations, but based on the allegations, it excuse me, a lot of them are claiming that it was how do I
forceful.
Put this?
Can you give me one example? You don't have to be detailed. Just give me one example of what you mean by forceful, because I'm just curious.
Hold on.
Because I haven't heard a single report like that yet. But maybe. That's why I said I could.
Is that my air conditioner?
I don't know what the causing that.
What are you looking at?
I hear something up in the attic.
JT, you can come back. You can come back backstage, and I got you. My bad. I think I might have kicked you out.
Sorry about that. Power was acting real
good.
crazy.
What do you mean it stopped? When I turn the air conditioner on.
What's up, JT?
Yeah, what up?
What's going on, man?
Man, that dude gave me a headache.
I can't hear you, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, bro?
Oh, yeah. No, not much. I think the Dolphins are gonna win 41-17.
Okay. Hey, where you at, man? Where you at right now?
I'm in New Zealand.
Man, is it bright outside?
Yeah. Yeah. Wait. Let me show you.
Yeah, it's nighttime here, man. It's something about watching people across on the other side of the world, bright daylight while you're in the dark.
Yeah. See, look. Here you go.
Ooh, I see it. Nice. That's what's up, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna get this game, man. We're gonna get this game. We're gonna take care of business, bro.
Sorry about that. I was having some like power issues.
Nah, you're good, man. You're good. But hey, before Florida Titan, you got any specific examples of any of the reports that suggested anything forceful?
Well,
I'm just curious.
I'll just have to go back to the reports to get the exact wording, but
what you read insinuated that to you.
Yes, because these do would excuse me. These do claim to be like excuse me, sexual assault and indecency.
Indecency.
And technically speaking, it would be assault. Whether or not that's based on like federal guidelines or state guidelines in the state of Texas, I do not know. But they are some serious allegations, and it could lead to way more than just like a fine. And
yeah, I think you should look at it a little harder on the allegations. First off, there hasn't been any charges to actually say whether it's assault or anything or indecency. What I got out of it is a lot of the allegations are indecency things. And I think you got a man that's making a lot of advancements and being very bold about them, showing himself, exposing himself and different things of that nature.
I just took another look at them. Yeah. Now it's not all of the stuff. I think it's only like a few because again, there's so many to file through, but yeah, some of them do imply attempting to force people to do some of that stuff. So yeah, it is very serious.
Attempting to force verbally?
No.
You have one? I just want to know if you have one. You have one of them? Just one of those examples?
I could pull up some.
I hear you clicking. Looking.
Yeah, I'm
looking.
I'm looking through like news reports and the like.
Here's my deal, bro. Here's my deal. Here's my deal. We don't have to go that far because I don't even want to get too much more into this at all. I actually want to change the subject.
That's fair.
I will say this: if any person claims physical force or assault, then charges should have already been brought.
Well, it's basically the nature of the crime, though.
Any evidence of physical assault, charges should already been brought. One person, they don't take 20 something, just one person where they have any evidence, any reasonable, prudent evidence of physical assault, charges would be brought right away.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. It's the nature of the crime, because a lot of these times they either get
there's no evidence.
Yeah, they're extremely difficult to prove.
It's just a he say, she say.
I mean,
that's the reality of this situation. If we really want to look at it, it's a he say, she say. And the only thing against him is it's multiple. It's he say, she, all of them she say. Okay, that's what the real issue is. And I think the messed up part about this case, what makes it really sticky, is the fact that Watson's legal team can prove a few of these women had an attempt to extort him. And that's what makes it sticky for the other women with credibility, which is very unfair, because if he really had some wrongdoings to any of these women, it's very unfair to them that there are some women who try to extort him, which can mess up the case altogether. In the federal government, they're from my understanding, they're actually investigating two things from a federal level. Number one, if there was a crime, it might have been done from state to state, and that can be a federal crime issue, because you're soliciting from one state and bringing them to another. If there was an underlying crime, it could become a federal crime for that reason. Number two, they're investigating the extortion with the women that reached out and said, if you give me this amount of money, I won't come public, or give me this, or I'm going to talk. So those, from my understanding, those are the two things that the federal government are investigating. One thing with the women, not all the women, but a few of the women who tried to extort him for money. And number two, they're investigating Watson to see if there was an underlying crime, and if there was it state to state? Because that's when it becomes federal. Because if you're committing a crime from one state online, the internet is what makes it a federal crime. If you're committing a crime through the internet online from one state and bringing them to another, that's where the feds get involved. So, but they have to have that underlying crime to say, yes, one was committed. So those are the two things that, from my understanding, the federal government are investigating. Now, the local police, they have, out of all the women, they have about 10 complaints from 10 women. They don't have a complaint from all the women. Well, most of the women are just trying to do it civilly, and 10 women, actually, there were only 2 women that were coming to the police. But when people start criticizing, saying, why wouldn't they go to the police? Then more of them start going to the police. So from my understanding right now, there are 10 women that have filed a complaint with the police, a complaint. And a lot of those complaints, from my understanding, were things of like indecency and things of that nature. If there's any forceful act where evidence is presented and they have enough evidence and suspicion of a crime that was committed, the moment they have that evidence, they would go ahead and get approval from the district attorney and go ahead and go pick him up or issue a warrant for his arrest. And it's been so much time and that hasn't happened. They're going to continue to investigate.
And it could take a lot more time, because a lot, especially when it covers like celebrities, it could take several months, even years.
Well,
and a lot of times they can even just get away with like a slap on the wrist, because I think we all remember like when Antonio Brown was undergoing those allegations, and then he started like, and the real problem was when he started threatening one of the accusers and their family, like trying to trying to like sick some people on her.
So I want you to think about that. Antonio Brown is accused of, actually Antonio Brown's situation is, as far as the allegations, it was way clearer. Okay.
Mhm.
It was much more clear than, I felt like it was assault. You see what I'm saying? This was much more clear. And then on top of that, you go and start, allegedly threatening. And you see what I'm saying?
And
That's an even crazier situation to me in that regards. But let me say this. It may not take long, and here's why. In January or February, there's actually the first the trial, basically the court case. They have their court date. Where now, remember, before you go to court, there is a mediation process. So within a mediation process, that's where the court always tell you, because if you just come to court, the judge is going to say, did you work with a mediator to try to resolve this before you came here? And if they say no, they're going to push it even further, because the judge is going to say, I recommend you work with a mediator.
yeah, but that's only in the civil cases, not the criminal ones.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. In order for the civil case to be resolved, I promise you, if they come to an agreement on the civil case, one of the stipulations is to pull the police reports. Hey, forget about those. And all of those, if those women settle, they will, I'm pretty confident Deshaun Watson's team will, as part of that settlement, will be go to the police and say you want to drop all allegations. You just want to leave it alone. That's how it's going to happen if they settle. You think he's going to pay money, settle before a trial, and then still have the civil hanging over his head? No, he's going to go through the whole process and hope that the civil case is won, and then that gives him a better stance in the criminal. So this all might be resolved November, December in mediation, when a neutral party comes in a room and say, this is what they want, this is what you're willing to give, this is what I recommend, and this is what I feel is fair. Because the judge is probably going to hear all those recommendations and kind of start to see who's really being unfair. So at the end of the day, if they reach an agreement in mediation, they won't even make it to the civil trial in January or February. And it'll be resolved before that. And if they don't reach a mediation, they go to court. They got a court date. It's already set for January or February, and they go from there. And it shouldn't take long. I don't think it will take long at all. They'll get through that process, and it's all, that piece of it is all money. The criminal complaints and things like that, they have to deal with, but at the same token, at some point sooner rather than later, the Houston Police Department or the federal government will come out and give their findings and issue a warrant, or say there was not enough to bring charges. And if that happens before the civil, then everybody's going to be trying to go after him, because the civil doesn't matter. They don't care. None of these teams care about the civil. They only care about the reports filed to the police, criminal charges, because the civil ain't nothing but money. That's all they care about.
So you think that's going to happen with all the cases?
Yeah, because when they settle, it's going to be a group thing. If they settle, I'm not going to say when they do. If they settle. No, y'all supposed to be in bed. Good night. Good night. Oh, he's coming out late.
Sidetrack. You did see her take that remote, right?
Oh, one of them took the remote?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. Oh, my gosh. They're finna go in their room, turn on the TV. It's all right, man. It's Friday.
How old are your kids, TD?
I have a 16-year-old. I have about to be 12-year-old. I have a 9-year-old, and a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old. I have 5 children, and I might have one more within the next 2 years, though. It ain't gonna be in the next 6 months or not, but within the next 2 years, we're debating that now. Should we just have that one more? So that's a debate.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We're trying to achieve some goals first before we make our final decision. So
yeah.
But yeah, man. But anyway, Florida Titan, man, I don't even want to get into that too much more. Watson ain't on our team. It is what it is. We know that our team had interest. So that's the only reason why it's a conversation to begin with. But again, Tua is our guy, and he's going to be our guy. All I'm saying in the whole matter is if, and remember, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest word that I'm saying here is if there is another available option that is top 10, hands down, and Tua doesn't play up to that level this year, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And if there's not an option, then we have to go into year 3. But look for them to bring in developmental quarterbacks in the 3rd round or 4th round and stuff like that to see what they can get. So that's where I'm at with it.
And just out of curiosity, what do you think is the most likely scenario?
The most likely scenario. Oh, there is none. That's the issue. Because myself, they call me a hater for this, but I don't know what Tua's going to be this year. I know he's going to be improved, but there is a level to this. Improvement, just improvement isn't good. Tannehill improved every single year, y'all. Every single year he improved.
We can attest to this.
And we get to year 7 and year 8, no, sir, bye. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just, people think it's just about Tua's going to take a jump. It's not about the jump. It's about how big the jump is. And people don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. It's never been about the jump he's going to take in year 2. It's about how big the jump is.
And how big
he's going to jump. He's going to make a jump back. He's going to jump back to his Alabama days.
You know what? That's what we're looking for. That's the jump we'll need.
Well, if he does make a jump this year, we should still bring competition. That way we don't have to repeat of a Tannehill situation.
Well, the Tannehill situation, and there may be a bit of bias because, Titans fan here. But the thing with Tannehill is that he was always hampered by bad O-line, subpar receivers, and the worst head coach imaginable to all mankind in Adam Gase.
Well, that wasn't his only head coach. Okay, Tannehill had multiple coaches.
That brought him in, not Gase.
But let me give you the true story on Tannehill, bro. This is what the reality was for Tannehill. They never got it all right around him at the same time. At first, it was we never get a number 1 receiver. We never have a number 1 receiver. We finally go get him a number 1 receiver.
He sucks.
Then he has to grow to have chemistry with that guy. Then it's we don't have a O-line. We need an O-line. We need an O-line. We finally go get the O-line. Soon as we get the O-line, Tannehill starts the season. He basically goes 7-3. He goes 7-3. We're yeah, Tannehill. First time I ever seen Dolphin fans actually okay, I think we got our guy. Then he got hurt. And that was the next year was the first time everybody said, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get Tannehill back. I can't wait to get him back. And he re-hurt himself. In
practice and tripping over himself.
And then when he finally came back, when he didn't have any more injuries, it was during the Adam Gase era.
Yeah, and I remember some of the Adam Gase area. I was actually at the season opener. I think it was 2018, where it had the longest game in NFL history. I sat through that entire thing. And the thing is, he was phenomenal, even anytime Adam Gase didn't hold him back.
Yeah.
And I was seeing him despite Adam Gase calling bad play after bad play and even starting the season 3-0. Tannehill just playing MVP level.
Well, this is where I got to get on your boy Mike Vrabel. He holds him back.
In what way?
He don't hold him back in the regular season, but he'll hold him back in the playoffs.
Can you elaborate?
You let the man throw the ball all day in the regular season, and he puts the numbers up, and he puts the touchdowns up. You get in the playoffs, and you run Derrick Henry. You see, Titans regular season football has not been the same as playoff football in both years. It has not been the same. They already do a heavy dose of Derrick Henry. So let me give you an example. In the regular season, it's a 55 Derrick Henry, 45 Ryan Tannehill.
Mm-hmm.
In the playoffs, it's a 70% Derrick Henry, 30% Tannehill.
That's a fair criticism. Yeah.
And here's where the problem comes. Last year, I'll never forget. Y'all went down. Y'all went down in the game versus the Ravens. And you had a chance, and for the life of me, backed up into your own territory, you ran Derrick Henry 3 times in a row. You ran this man 3 times in a row and had to punt the ball in one of the most crucial moments in the game. I couldn't believe it for the life of me. Yes? That's your water. Go drink it, okay?
Yeah, I remember. I remember that too.
So that's the issue. If Tannehill is going to fail, you got to let him go fail. You can't hold him back. He's playing some of the best football of his career. Open it up. Because in order for y'all to get over the hump, you're going to have to. You can't rely on Derrick Henry in the playoffs. You cannot rely on him in the playoffs. You need to rely on both of them and stop switching it up. You do a whole 360 when the playoffs come. It's like Vrabel gets nervous. The only time Tannehill throws is when he has to in obvious situations. And that's not good. I mean, come on, bro. Y'all had a game where the man attempted 12 passes in the playoffs. Really?
Or like Jimmy Garoppolo in the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Man. So
because Tannehill sucks. He's like a poor man's Kirk Cousin.
Listen, you can call it whatever you want. I know one thing about Tannehill. He got an arm. He get it from point A to B where it needs to be. All the pocket criticism, that might be one thing. Let me tell y'all something about Tannehill in Miami. I truly do believe y'all have the game all mixed up. Tannehill is one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. And what but he's showing it in Tennessee. He putting up the numbers. There's only one quarterback that got a better passer rating in the NFL over Tannehill in the last 2 years, and that's Mahomes. Let me tell y'all where y'all are blind.
Actually, no. Tannehill has a better passer rating. You're thinking of either passing touchdowns or passing yards.
No. It's either QBR or passer rating. Those are two different things. It's one of the two. But this is where people get skewed with Tannehill. You cannot say that man didn't have an arm in Miami. You cannot say that he was accurate in Miami. The problem he had in Miami throwing the ball is a lot of times he never got to throw it because of the pressure, and then the play couldn't develop, so he had to force things and throw picks. That's where people get it skewed with Tannehill in Miami. If Tannehill had, and again, I'm not saying that he's a guy who could do it without things around him, because it still hasn't been proven yet. I agree with that. But if you put the right unit around him, that man is as good as any quarterback in the NFL. He's playing like it. Y'all need to go back to that, just like y'all love to go to the Arizona Cardinals game with Tua. Y'all need to go back to the Tennessee Titans versus Kansas City Chiefs game 2 years ago, where Tannehill brought them down by 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. And y'all need to watch that game.
I was actually at that game.
When you put the ball in his hands in critical moments and stop running Derrick Henry, y'all need to go watch that game. And this is what I'm talking about. People are just so skewed about him in Miami because of everything that was around him. It's that simple. We never had a complete team around this man. Never. Name the 1 year that we had a complete team around Tannehill. Even the year where we finally got him an O-line and he got hurt, the defense wasn't good. The defense wasn't good.
All right, but out of 10, give me a rating of his pocket presence.
Once again, you got to have a pocket to have pocket presence. I don't know how many times I got to tell people that. If you ain't got a pocket, there's no such thing as pocket presence. You mean to tell me Tannehill had pockets when guys were getting blown up from the snap of the ball?
No.
I don't know. I've been in Miami since Tua got here, so I didn't see how crap he was. But Tannehill sucks.
And let me tell you another thing.
He never had that competition to make him better like any other quarterback or NFL team.
No, let me tell you another thing. Everybody, see, you got a quarterback that finally got the arm and have the accuracy, and people want to always go to pocket presence. Well, let me help you out real quick. Why couldn't the team just smarten up and get him a great O-line? Then you ain't got to worry about his flaw, if that's a flaw. Why couldn't you just get a great O-line and you'd have a guy back there slinging the rock for 4,000 plus yards every year? 35 touchdowns every year.
Because it's not that easy to just get a good O-line. You know,
yeah, but Patrick Mahomes gets one. Matter of fact, he gets the luxury of having one fresh out the league. You don't even know about Patrick Mahomes got good pocket presence. Why? Because he fresh in the league gets a great O-line. Brady constantly gets a great O-line. Josh Allen got a great O-line now. All these guys out here looking like the elite of the elites got great O-lines.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. We compare people unfair, but they got great O-lines. The greatest got great O-lines. Aaron Rodgers, great O-line. Russell Wilson, max protect. Russell Wilson don't even have a great line, but that's why they run 2 tight end sets. That's why they always run heavy packages. 3-man routes.
And one of the main differences between guys like that and guys like, say, Kirk Cousins and the like is that Kirk Cousins, even when he has a good O-line, and guys like him, they can't even make plays. They can't even do anything right. Mm-hmm. And when you compare it to like guys like Mahomes, Rodgers, Tannehill, like they, excuse me, when they have good O-lines, they can use some of their other abilities. Like in the case of like Rodgers, he could be able to find where the ball needs to be at the right time. Mahomes can run. Tannehill's like a bit of a hybrid between the two. Mm-hmm.
You're a Tennessee fan, right?
Yep.
So let me ask you something, because Dolphin fans have a whole different perspective on Tannehill than the Tennessee Titans do. They don't see none of what the Dolphin fans are talking about. Why do you think that is? Let me ask you something, Florida Titan. When you watch Tannehill in Tennessee, what are his flaws? What are his flaws? Watch this.
You'll have to give me a moment.
Watch this, y'all. What are his flaws in Tennessee? Don't go back to Miami. Tell me what his flaws are in Tennessee.
I'm trying to think of some legitimate flaws.
There's heaps.
They don't think the man has flaws. You know why? Because I've watched every single game. I've watched every single game he's had in Tennessee, and I don't see him. On third down, the man puts it right where it needs to be, yards after the catch. He don't even throw it too high. He don't throw it too low. He don't throw a little behind. He don't throw a little too far ahead. It's almost like you're seeing the perfect pass back to back to back when he throws. No, we didn't see this Tannehill. I'm telling you, it's a whole nother level, by the way. We didn't see this Tannehill in Miami. Well, but a part of that has to do with what was around him in Miami.
Do you think Tannehill's better now than Tua?
Absolutely. I mean, nobody can sit here and bro, that's not even debatable. Tua has to prove that he's better. Nobody can sit here and debate that Tua is better than Tannehill right now. Will he be? We all hope so. We need him to be.
Was he better in college?
Not at all. As a prospect, no.
What? Who, Tua or Tannehill?
No, Tannehill wasn't better than Tua as a college prospect. Not even close.
Yeah, because he just doesn't have the X factor. He doesn't
No,
have
no,
it.
no, no, no. Tannehill only had 1 year of quarterback play in college. That's why. He
Well,
played.
he sucks even more then.
Hey, listen, you can call it what you want, but you know what? That man got he done been to the AFC Championship. What have we been to?
Well,
What have we been to?
Playoffs. We're going playoffs this year.
That man
That's
don't
a
want.
fact.
That man only been to the playoffs twice in his whole career, but has 3 playoff wins.
Kirk Cousins, poor man.
He got more playoff wins than Lamar Jackson. He got more playoff wins than what's Josh Allen. He got more playoff wins than I mean name these young guys. Dak Prescott.
Would you take
playoff wins
Tannehill?
than Kirk Cousins.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know Kirk Cousins.
Kirk only has one, I think.
Looks like
He's only got 1 win.
we
Would
can
you
say
rather
that
have
all.
Tannehill or Lamar Jackson?
Which one would I
any day.
rather? Tannehill. Imagine Baltimore with Tannehill with that defense.
What? Yeah, crazy.
That's the problem with Baltimore. Imagine Tennessee just getting better on defense. The league, they would be scary.
I want to have a team with like Tennessee's defense. Not Tennessee's offense, but like Cleveland or Baltimore's defense. That's my dream team, honestly.
Somebody said Tannehill hasn't thrown for over 180 yards in each of his playoff games. Yeah, but let Tua go win a playoff game and throw for 80 yards. It's all going to be good. It's going to be all good, right?
Come on, and
you can't rely.
And another thing, hold on. Y'all need to stop. Tannehill throwing for less than 200 yards in these playoff games is strictly coaching, strictly game planning.
I mean, in one of those passes in the playoffs, he threw like, what was it, a 60-yard bomb all the way to the end zone?
And that's another thing. When he does throw the ball in the playoffs, it's the dagger. The Patriots game, I remember when he did throw the ball, 2 deep balls in that game, daggers, touchdowns.
Yeah, with the whole playoff strategy with the Titans is like have Henry keep punching holes in and then have Tannehill come in with like the scalpel or sniper or whatever precision metaphor you want to use.
The problem is when you play a great run defense that loads the box, you got to get out of that mentality, though, and that's where Vrabel's messing up. Yeah, EM, don't come here starting with me, man. You lucky I'm about to get out of here soon because I give you the business, too. But, man, listen, man, it was fun talking to y'all tonight. I actually got to run, man. I'm going to get me some rest. It's 11 p.m. Eastern time here. And I know my boy and our JT across the way, man. Bright daylight. What time is it where you are?
It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow, 3 p.m. and he just up and energetic. That's why he's smiling too. The biggest smile on his face.
It sucks because when I wake up in the morning with my missus, I like just put on YouTube straight away and start listening to you fellas. She hates it.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's all good, man. Listen, man.
Hey, TD, I like that bit you made with the Patriots guy, Master at Work. I like that bit.
And people call me a Tua hater, but here I am betting. I'm betting on Tua, and it's a really shameful bet. If I lose betting on Tua, I'm the one that takes the big L, and they call me a Tua hater.
I love that spit for me because it's a win-win. Because if we win, the other guy bows down. But I reckon you got to get on your knees anyway and bow down to us Tua fans, eh? So it's a win-win.
I'm bowing down. I'm bowing down to Tua fans. Oh no,
you've been overdue to get on your knees.
I gotta bow down to Mac. I gotta bow down to Mac Jones.
I will say this:
if Tua don't get it done,
I will say this: I have Miami winning it by a small margin, but either way, I'm going to enjoy the show. Whoever wins.
No, it better be Miami
because like you were way too confident in saying. Get your knee pads on. Get your knee pads on.
He trash. His team trash. We gonna win, man. But I gotta get out of here, y'all. I gotta go check on these babies. They up pretty late. I gotta see what's going on because I think the wife already fell asleep. But all right, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all fins up, man. Let's get it done.
Let's go.
All right, everybody. Thank y'all for coming through tonight, hanging out. Listen, man, Tua better deliver, man. I can't believe I made that bet. I'm betting on Tua Tagovailoa to get the W, to help get this W over Mac Jones. I'm betting on him to do it because I think he will. But gosh, man, it got me nervous, man, because if I got to get on the stream on my channel and get on my knees and praise Mac Jones, that's embarrassing, man. And y'all know if I got to get on my knees and praise Mac Jones because Tua didn't play well, that's it. That's it. Yep. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna officially change the title. The TD to a hater talk. He better get it done. I don't want to hear nothing. Man. Gosh, we better win. Anyway, man, I appreciate y'all hanging out tonight. Good night to you all. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. I will be live later tomorrow night. Me and the homie EM, we're gonna chop it up with y'all going into the season, giving y'all our truest prediction, the ins, the outs, and tell you what we think about this matchup and the season. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.